G'day guys, how you going? Today we've got a transit motorhome that they need a hot water system connected to the gas. So the hot water system's already been installed by someone else, so we just got to do that. But I'll just run through a couple of things that we found that it doesn't look legit, but anyway, we'll go on the other side of the intro. Thanks. G'day guys, it's Ben from Beautiful Plumbing. Listen, this transit van, it's bought by at John Hughes RV Centre, so they're a legit company. A lot of the rental companies, when they finish with the camper vans and stuff, they just dump them there and then they sell them. A couple of things with this van. You can see here, this is the gas LPG locker. Okay. Now, one of the things I noticed is that the vent here is in this. This is where the aircon is. So this must have been installed later. So back in the day when this was installed, it would have been fine. Okay. But now this aircon's in there. This is in the source of ignition zone. So we can't really have that anymore. So what we've got to try and do is get a vent going through the floor here and all the way down and out the bottom of the van, just in case that bottle ever packs up. Now, this has been done by a gas fitter. Here's the compliance badge. So the thing is, you really got to look for this when you're putting the when you're buying a van, that someone who's got a license has installed it. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things with the gas department and stuff now. Because new regulations are coming out all the time. Now, if your van was installed, I'll just give you an example. If your van was installed back in the day and there was no flame failure device of the stoves inside, the government can't force you to put a stove in with a flame failure device because it was done to a standard back then. Okay, so it's crazy that you want to have a stove in there without a flame failure device. Like it's a good idea to replace it because it's super dangerous, but they can't force you to. Same if say you bought a car without seatbelts back in the day, Model T Ford or whatever, they can't force you to put them in so you can drive it around because back in the day, it met the standard, okay? So you always got to keep that in mind. It's always good, like they're always trying to improve it and stuff like that. So even with the new hoses on the bottles now, they've got these big black things that screw onto these new bottles that have like check valves in it. So when you turn the gas on, okay, no gas will come out until that bottle's installed. So you can't just have the gas leaking a little bit. So it's one of those things, they're trying to improve it all the time. But so this van has apparently been done back in the day by a gas fitter, and it's all signed off on everything. But then when you look inside, if you look at that regulator, it's full on upside down. Like, this is the bottom, and this is the this is the top. This is a vent. Okay, that's meant to. Everything's meant to drain out of there, like if there's any moisture or anything like that, because it's got LPG that, it's very cold when it comes in there sometimes. So it's fallen upside down. I don't know when that was ever legit, So because this down here is meant to be higher than the bottle and stuff. So we got to change the gas pipe anyway. So I'll be fixing that up, turning that round, putting a vent down the bottom as well to go out, and then just sealing this off, just get it up to code anyway. But I don't know who did that, but come and have a look at this heater that we're putting in. So if you look inside here, so this is I think it's a little Suburban hot water system that's been installed. It's been cut in the side and stuff. You see all the pipe work's already been hooked up to it, the hot and cold. You can see down there, there's a gas point down the bottom that we got to try connect onto. Okay, so I didn't install this hot water system. It was done by a bloke named Simon, and he's from Tanner. They do motorhome modifications and stuff. He's a Perth guy as well. So, mate, good tradie, as you can see, uses all the right stuff. He's done a beautiful job, and it's always very nerve-wracking cutting into the side of your vehicle. What if there's a beam in the way or something? So he's done a really good job. You have a look outside. The vent, everything, really, really good. I thoroughly recommend that bloke. So I'll put his number up on the screen now. So if you do want to give him a call, he's also on Facebook as well. So Simon, give him a chat if you want to, get something cut inside of your van or diesel heater, and he does a whole bunch of stuff. So, check him out. But I'll show you later on when we're all done and we're finished, and we're going to put a bayonet in the side here for a marine gas barbecue with a flame failure device. Very important because you can't hook those up anymore. Okay, I'll just show you, we had to get the gas line that goes to the hot water unit. Now it's very hard because there's chassis running this way and chassis bars running this way supporting the floor, and you don't want to hit them. Now it's very hard to say, well, where's that chassis line when you've got the bumper and it all packs out. So what we do is we grab out our little laser here, and that shoots a beam down, and we get that, you know, perfectly in line running down the van, and also it's lined up just to the edge of this, right? And then when it's all in place, what it does is shoot a datum point. I'll show you underneath. It'll shoot a datum point where it all runs. It's nice and clear under here. See, you got that laser line. So that's exactly where it is. It shoots it underneath. So then you can sort of guess where it's going to be. You see how clear it is under here? It's great. And so that gave us an opportunity there. We could just pump that hole through, and it's just missing this big chassis main. And so the gas main can come through that, okay? Anyway, and we'll probably put the bayonet at the back here somewhere. Another thing that we did find, which is a bit of a pain, you can see that where the hot plate is, the gas main comes down. This is the gas main here, and then it runs underneath, okay? And just goes in between the flooring, the wooden plywood floor, and the metal floor of the van, okay? So it's underneath that flooring, so there's no access or anything like that. And that runs all the way along towards the other side of that, where that box is, and then comes up and over. So even if we wanted to cut a T in it, there's no way of doing it, okay? Because that just comes up on the edge of this box behind the cupboard and comes out of here. And this is the 40 mil waste that we got through, and that goes all the way down onto the ground there, you can see. And then we'll need to run the gas pipe up here, and then it'll go through the cupboard a little bit and then down. But obviously has to be one piece, no flared joints or anything like that. They don't like any of that stuff. So anyway, we'll keep chuffing along. I'll tell you how it goes. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, just another quick thing I found that's not too cool either, is that the sleeving that they use on the pipe, that has to be sleeved. It's for protection of, you know, for rock damage and stuff like that. So there's got a bit of a layer, so if rocks hit it, you know, just sort of bounces off. But also when you're running through cupboards or through floors or anything, if you've got that sleeving around it, it never gets the opportunity to wear through, you know, because it vibrates all the time and it just wears stuff out. So I because I have to rerun this gas pipe here, so I pulled the sleeving off. It's just this split sheet, so you can see the pipe inside there. Okay, so I pulled it off and it just came off like that. And you can see when it goes under the floor here, there's no sleeving on it, right? That's just, you can see it's just hard. It's jammed right in between. There probably wasn't enough room. So that copper pipe has been resting on this floor the whole time, you know, vibrating underneath. Now, I don't know what the condition is all the way to the other side there. You know, it's meant to have this sleeving around it just to protect it if it does get squashed or vibrating. So yeah, anyway, that's getting deleted now anyway. So we're gonna, because we're going out the bottom of the box because there has to be a new line. And anyway, so that we'll just delete that now and forget about it. But you know, I thought it would have been sleeved, but it just practically wasn't. So I don't know how much longer that would have, you know, lasted before. There's a slight gas leak under the floor. That'd be terrible. All right, I'll keep going. I'll let you know if I spot anything else. Thanks, guys. G'day, guys. The van is all finished. So you know, before we found the gas main sort of went underneath, you know, in between the flooring of the van and the flooring, you know, the timber flooring. So yeah, the whole lot had to be replaced. And because the vent, there was a vent here that I've covered over with one of my badges. There's a gap about this much, okay, that there was no access to, so we had to figure out a way to get the vent up. But I'll show you inside here. We put a new sticker on here because that was a bit faded. New strap as well, okay. So you can see there the gas now goes down and then up and then through the hole and then into the cupboard. I'll show you that in a minute. That's all got to be one piece, all fully sealed. Okay, it's very important you have your stickers on. It's got the new, you know, the new gas bottle connector on there. Okay, so that's in there, and you can see just there the vent that goes in there. I'll take you underneath and show you where it comes out down the bottom here. See that? That's where you see the vent that comes out the bottom there into the gas. So there wasn't, you know, hardly any room. You see, like, we couldn't get it here because of the water tank, so there's only this small section there that we could get it in. So luckily it, you know, fitted in there. So that worked out really well. So that was great. It's all good to go now. I'll show you inside. So this is where we've come through from the side there of the box. That's fully sealed, and this is just one continuous piece, and then goes on into the floor, and then it runs under here. There's a T here, and then another one comes up here. Okay, this is for the hot plate, because obviously the hot plate was running under the floor before, so we had to rerun that. That goes round there. It's got the gas valve up here. This was installed by someone else. Here's the hot water system. Okay, so it's got the easy access gas valve to shut that off, and that goes down into the floor there as well. Okay, so all been gas tested and yep, all been commissioned and stuff, so it's all come out good. Yeah, so here's it's where the gas pipe used to go under the floor, just here. So we've rerun it into the cupboard there. Also, there was a vent. This little vent here was on there, and it just had a 40mm hole, tiny. So when I did the calculations, you have to do calculations. You have to work out how big the hot plate is, how many people are sleeping. You do this calculation, it tells you how big the vents have to be. And this vent was like half the size of it should be. So I made a bigger hole here to the correct size. So it's about 120 by 60, and that gives us enough surface area. And so when the cooker's on inside and you've got the doors shut, the air is always getting replaced. So quite a difficult job. We've got the bayonet under the back here. We've got a little badge there. That's there. Bayonet tucked up under there. And then all the gas piping. I don't know if you can see it. If you can get under there. It's all teed up there, runs across, clipped all the way across there to the other side there. Very difficult, these ones, take a lot of time. But anyway, nice and safe now. All vented and ready to go. So he's coming to pick it up late this afternoon. So if you've got a motorhome and yeah, gas regulators turned upside down and stuff like this, some dodgy stuff, then give us a call and we'll sort it out for you. Okay guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you later.